Texas is one of the most landlord-friendly states in the country when it comes to lease termination and eviction. And the process here is faster and more straightforward than in most other states. If you manage rental property in Texas, here's exactly how termination works under the Texas Property Code. Texas lease termination law is primarily found in the Texas Property Code, Chapter 24, the Forcible Entry and Detainer Statute, along with Chapter 92, which governs residential tenancies. Together, these statutes give landlords an efficient framework for ending tenancies when necessary. For month-to-month tenancies, Texas requires either party to provide at least 1 full month's written notice before terminating. The notice must be given before the beginning of the rental period in which the termination will take effect. So if rent is due on the 1st and you want the tenancy to end on the last day of March, you need to deliver notice before March 1st. The lease can modify this notice period, and many Texas leases do, so always check what the lease says before defaulting to the statutory requirement. For fixed-term leases, the lease expires at the end of the agreed term. No additional notice is required unless the lease specifically calls for it. If the tenant stays beyond the lease term and the landlord accepts rent, the tenancy typically converts to a month-to-month arrangement. Landlords who don't want this to happen should send written notice before the lease expires. Now let's get into termination for cause. And this is where Texas gives landlords real speed. For non-payment of rent, Texas requires the landlord to provide a 3-day notice to vacate before filing for eviction. Note that this is a notice to vacate, not a notice to pay or vacate. Under the default Texas rule, the landlord is not required to give the tenant an opportunity to pay and stay.